may not be suitable for all listeners. You're going to hear real raw footage of real first responders discussing anything and everything. You may hear from preachers, teachers, EMS personnel, 911 dispatchers, and more. Nothing is off the table, and nothing is edited out.
I'll
The
get to some
opinions
of my
expressed in this
other music.
podcast are those of the host and guest and do not necessarily reflect the views of the group Slim Chance Gaming or our sponsors. If you're easily offended, this may not be the show for you. Or then again, it could be. With all that out of the way, let's get started.
Oh,
What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Welcome back to Beyond the Quest.
it didn't change mine either. Kidding me?
User in your channel started recording.
Episode 10. Yeah.
Episode 10. What's up,
Double
Questers?
digit and
What's
Questers.
up, Questers?
Questers.
We trying this TikTok thing out, though we're on a personal one at the moment.
Do what?
I said we trying this TikTok thing out, even though we're on a personal one at the moment.
Oh, we're all
We are
fancy now, you're
live
saying.
on TikTok.
Welcome, TikTok world.
Welcome, world of the TikTok.
It might leave again. We never know. How is everybody this morning?
Pretty good, pretty good.
I'm out of Altoids, so to be determined.
To be determined.
But I'm off to a bad start with no Altoids. Actually, I think I have some. They're just in another room. But I'm a hot mess this morning because of Dad calling you out.
Oh, daggone Chad.
Daggum Chad.
Let's see. I got you. There we go. We're shared chatting right now, ain't we?
Yeah, we're shared.
Yeah, daggone Chad in the chat. He may have been busy eating donuts. I think it's too early for popcorn, right? Anyway, Jose.
Yes,
He's
it's
a
a disappointment
disappointment
to
to us all.
We can tell he's the favorite at the office.
That's pretty good.
You know, I do want to give a quick little shout out to a company that's kind of forgotten about.
Okay.
But have you ever wanted to make a website that's just like McMedic.com and it's just your face real big?
Yeah, I've dreamed about
Or,
it.
you know, just a big Altoids can.
Yeah,
Might get sued
I
for
got
it.
you.
But well, that's all possible with GoDaddy.com. It's the world's #1 domain registrar, and they have
Registrar.
they have teamed up with ChatGPT to have a complete AI website builder. You just put in what you want to build, and it'll do it all for you. It's pretty awesome. They support our website. They run our website. They run our wonderful sponsor, Angry Vet Nation's website. They're great. They're all around just awesome. And if you sign up today and select a year membership, you get a free domain name. And if you use the code BTQ, you get 30% off. So
You can't beat it.
you can't beat it. If you ever just wanted to build a website and say Chad sucks, now is your opportunity. Go to GoDaddy.com, hit sign up, select your domain name, and use code BTQ to get 30% off.
You could have a daggone Chad website with GoDaddy.com.
100%.
off.
100%. And I support it. Especially this morning. Chad's got me fired up and we hadn't even started yet.
Ain't even started.
The gobble of authority.
I'm telling you. I thought he was gonna do it, so I had his back though. I was. Anyways, he's the worst. They say.
Oh,
Oh, that's funny.
I'm missing Super Mario's cousins. He's usually here.
He may hop in. You never know. You
Bro,
never know.
for all
Today
we
was the
know, he had
first
to
day
return
my
to
kids
school.
went back to school since before Christmas.
Ah, there he is. Good to see you, Super Mario cousin.
These first days back to school, they're rough on parents, yo.
Man, let's talk about
Okay.
that. How crazy is it that there's 76 roads that buses can't travel, but they're still having school?
Yeah, I saw somebody
That's a lot of
post.
roads.
I guess there's gonna be a lot of kids absent. Somebody said, "Well, there's no excuse for it," and I was like, "Well, there's a lot of kids that are dependent on buses. You know, that's their only way." And they're like, "Well, the parents should make a way then." It's like, okay, you gonna go pick them up? Like,
Are
Well, I
you
mean,
volunteering, Bubby?
yeah, I'm not. I've drove a big white turd. It's no fun.
yeah, I don't understand it either, but you know, it is what it is. Kids were not happy about going back.
I'm just saying, I'm in a great mood this morning.
Are you?
God did not ruin it.
Did you ever get access back to
Yeah, yeah,
questions?
I've got access now. He fixed it, kinda. Not really.
Kinda,
We're
not
gonna
really.
say he did for
Yeah,
the
we'll
time
say he
being.
did.
Way
We'll
to
say
go, Chad. So you said we did have some questions?
yeah, we got two.
Okay.
I'm pulling them back up because have to reload everything, Chad.
I fixed it. Thank you, Chad.
Okay, so our first question comes from Anonymous,
Anonymous.
and it says this is for everyone. They listen on Spotify, and they say, "What is your favorite type of food? Any particular restaurants?"
Ooh.
Mm.
Mm.
So,
You know, I think I'm gonna go with just a really good burger. Can't go wrong with a really good, delicious burger. And I haven't found one that tops a Chili's Big Rancher burger yet.
I've never ate Chili's.
Really?
Never
What?
in my life. I don't
Well,
know why I'm the way
you
I
should
am.
try Big Rancher Burger. They're the bomb.com
and they
through
do not
GoDaddy.
sponsor us.
Yeah, thebomb.com through GoDaddy. That's probably already a website, but you know what you could get? Thebomb.com too.
uh,
uh,
that's a tough one for me because honestly,
you eat weird stuff.
I'm a fat guy, so I like food. Um, it's kind of hard to narrow it down. I would probably say steak is my favorite food, though. I
You
really
piece of
enjoy
crap.
steak.
Well, I
That's what I
like
was gonna
steak. Don't
say.
get me wrong, and I like it. It has to be cooked like perfect.
Well, I would have went with steak, but not to toot my own horn or pat myself on the back. But my steak's pretty hard to beat.
You have made some pretty good steaks. I will say that. Any
Um,
particular restaurant to get the steaks though?
No, I've not really had tons of luck getting a great steak at restaurants.
See, that's one reason I probably wouldn't go with steak.
For some reason,
people's
a
gonna
lot of
think I'm
chefs,
crazy. People's gonna think I'm crazy. At the Mexican restaurant, El Azul's, I got a steak there. Now, we all know that our peepaw gets steak there all the time,
Yeah.
but I never had actually got one until the last time I went and I got one. And that mother trucker was so tender that you could cut it with a fork and it just melted in your mouth. And I don't know how the Mexicans do it, but they do it right.
I,
Yeah, there's just something weird to me though about going to a Mexican restaurant and
yeah,
ordering a prime rib. You know,
yeah. If I'm at Mexican, I feel like I have to eat Mexican.
the wife says he doesn't get steak; he gets raw cow. She
Well,
ain't wrong.
yeah. It's like if it's warm, it's done.
Yeah, how dare you put it on the grill?
Okay, so our second question comes from Anonymous. It is for everyone. They listen on Spotify from Indiana. And they say, "What are some of your biggest fears if you have any?" That's the first part of the question. So we'll answer it first, and then I'll read the second part.
Biggest fears.
Hmm.
Besides dolls. I hate dolls, man. Baby dolls, porcelain dolls, any of them. I hate them.
I'm gonna go ahead and plug this right now. Y'all, if you're not already following the Twitches and in the Discord, you should, because whenever we play the spooky games and I play as Chucky, it's pretty comical.
I hate dolls. Um, yeah, we've been in Walmart before, like Christmas shopping or something, walking down a toy aisle, and one of them baby dolls start talking. I about punched it. This dolls can't stand them.
And the
Uh,
best
Put a
part
baby
was
doll in his front seat one time.
his daughter when she figured it out. She would intentionally wait till he was distracted and
Yeah,
bring in
she
baby
would set
dolls.
baby dolls just randomly around the house for me to just turn around and see them like in the corner looking at me. I'm like, what is happening?
And then she would laugh about it.
Besides dolls, biggest fears, failing. Doing anything that would let my kids or my wife down.
It's a good one.
Oh, that was sweet.
Still, I hate dolls.
Taco.
Uh, yeah, I kind of got to go with Medic on that.
You hate dolls too?
No, about the letting everyone around me down thing.
But do you like dolls?
I don't mind dolls.
You weirdo.
Um, for me, that's a tough question. Definitely the letting people down thing. Something happening to my kids, that would probably be some of the top ones. But I feel like as far as something happening to the kids, that's probably a given. Um, I would just say, yeah, the failing thing would probably be my biggest. Um, I adopted this policy in late high school, uh, that if it was told to me by a teacher, and it kind of stuck with me, and it was, if it's not something that you would be proud of putting your name on it, then don't do it at all. And that's kind of something that really, I guess, has kind of stuck with me as far as like a life motto. If I feel like that it's not my best or that I'm going to fail at it, then I almost don't even want to put my name on it. I don't want to associate with it.
I get that.
And, I'm gonna take this a little bit deeper.
Dum 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 dum.
I think that,
I
for a
saw
lot
a
of
gavel.
people, yeah, my gavel here. I think for a lot of people, the the whole going through divorce and going through custody battles with your kids and stuff like that, that's kind of where that plays from. That fear of failing, because in a way, you feel like you did fail, even if it was out of your control.
Yeah, I get that.
Yep,
Been there.
yep.
But at the same time, even though I fear failing, um, I think it also depends on how you look at it, because it's not, well, not to sound too cliche, but it's how you bounce back and how you get up from it on shows if you failed or not. Because if you just give up and you let the world beat you down and you take everything to heart and you live like you failed, then you failed. But if you
Right.
bounce back from it, and it depends on how you get up and how hard you want to fight for what you want.
Well, I had a supervisor tell me, and I think that it comes from the failing, or the fear of failing. But I had a supervisor tell me that I put too much weight on myself. That I feel like that, um essentially, I put too much responsibility on myself. Like, I feel like that they feel like that if something goes wrong at work, that I take it personal, even if it doesn't necessarily affect me, or if it wasn't my fault. It's almost like I blame myself for it.
Right. Right. Well, don't do that.
Well, I mean, I'm trying not to, but it's a struggle.
Yeah, I hear you. I used to do that at work a lot.
Okay, second part of the question. What are some of your goals in life and for this group?
Goals in life. Biggest goal, be happy. Positive vibes. Toot toot. Um, just make sure that I set a good example for my children and to be a good husband. And for the group, my biggest goal is, of course, I want the group to succeed and have success and grow. But this is gonna sound really cheesy, but for the group, I just want us to not lose what we started. You know what I mean? Like we started as a brotherhood that just goofed off and had fun, and I don't want to lose it.
That makes sense. Yeah, as far as goals for myself, I just want to get to the point that I can help, our family and friends if I'm able and stuff, and not feel completely beat down by work or other things, which we've talked about before was one of the reasons we did start all this was to try and get to a point where we can do something that we truly enjoy and we're happy with. And I want our group to be able to continue like it started doing and help others when possible.
Right.
I guess it's my turn, huh?
Yeah.
Um, biggest goals in life. Be able to look back and say that I gave my kids the best possible life and the best possible opportunity that I possibly could. Um, that's probably my biggest life goal, I would say. Um, goals for the group is for us to grow, and it even if it doesn't get to a point to where it's the only thing we have to do for income, at least that it would be a nice chunk of change for supplemental income.
Right.
I want us to continue building the community that is the questers and the slim chance gamers out there. Um, I want us to be able to help people like our wonderful sponsors, Angry Vet Nation. God, I'm giving all kinds of plugs and glory to our sponsors this morning. Um,
Well, they deserve a lot. So.
I don't know. I feel like for the group, I just want us, like you said, I want us to be able to stay that brotherhood. I want us to be able to just get on here, goof off, have fun, and make a little money, make people smile and laugh while we're at it.
Right. Right. And I like the idea of the community that we have a chance to grow of. Like there's been a lot of times when I've just wanted to talk to somebody, about something I've been going through, dealing with, and I wouldn't even care if it was a stranger, just to be able to talk about it and to have a community to where you can just go and know that people are there to listen, to give advice, to just talk, vent out, you know. Even if it is just for a bunch of average gamers who ain't pros and just want to goof off and have fun, that's what this community is about.
Aren't your children at school?
Should be.
Well, Baseball Boy 12313 is watching your stream.
I didn't say it was a good school. uh, anyways,
Yeah, I know it was random, but I was going through checking viewers, so.
quick question to build off of one of your answers. Your biggest goal in life to be able to look back and say you gave your kids best possible everything.
Mm-hmm.
What do you view as in being able to accomplish that?
For me, I think At first, whenever I first started thinking about this, because this is something that's really been weighing on me since starting the whole divorce proceedings. Um, and whenever I first really started thinking about it, of course, I went to where everybody goes and thought about money. But it's not really about money. I think that if I can give my kids a life to where they can reminisce on their childhood and say, I had a daggum good childhood.
Right.
If I can do that, then I've succeeded.
Right. I agree 100%. Um, like at
Speaking
first,
of which, Medic,
my whole
after the
thing.
show, I have a song for you to listen to. I listened to this song and I cried like a baby.
Okay.
It's about kids.
Oh.
That sounded bad. It's about being a father to your kids and having to leave them to go to work whenever they're young and don't understand. And I'm kind of
Yeah.
going through that with my 3-year-old. So,
Yeah. Well, what I was gonna say was I was kind of like you. At first, my whole thing, especially when I had opportunities for it, I wanted to give my kids anything they wanted. Uh, they wanted, they wanted to wear the name brand clothes and they wanted this and that because all the other kids had it, and I was trying to give it to them, and then we hit that spot where we just couldn't, and it finally like I had a moment of opening my eyes of it's not about the material crap. As long as they're loved, they're happy, and they know that they're loved, and that they can come to me and their mom about anything. That was the most important thing. And you disappeared, sir.
yeah, I know. I'll be back in just a second. I'm still here. I'm just off camera for just a moment.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, that's basically my approach to being an uncle to all of the nephews and the one niece is I just want them to know if they ever need anything, I'm always there for them. I try to spend time with them whenever I can and try and keep up with all their different interests and things like that so I can do right by them whenever they want to talk about stuff.
Getting them into the nerdy stuff too.
I try. I'm not gonna lie, I do try. I still remember whenever I tried to get them into Beast Wars, and your youngins looked at me and said, "This sucks. This looks terrible."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Well, this show is about twice your age, so technology's come a long way in a short amount of time."
Was that the last part of that question?
Yeah. That's all the questions for today.
Okay. um, I did have one thing that I wanted to share. So I had this. I don't want to blow anybody's eardrums out, but I'm going to try and play it. If not, I did have it transcribed here so I can read it. My 11-year-old, he just turned 11 a few days ago. And it was one of those moments of like God does something that really makes you think, he still works, you know what I mean? Like, anyway, I'm gonna play this. If it's blowing your eardrums out, get over it. I had a dream that there was this guy there was a field. He was on the field with the fence cut in the middle. God was on one side and Satan was on the other. And then Satan told the guy, choose one. But Satan said, keep in mind, I'll give you anything you want, $1,000,000, anything. And he said, God, you're so good, but Satan is going to give me anything I want. And
he said, "What if I get a little bit above you?" And he sat on the fence. All of a sudden, it became black, and he felt something jerking on his arm. He turned, it was Satan. He said to Satan, the guy said to Satan, "What are you doing? I chose a little bit of both of you. I sat on the fence." And Satan said, "I own the fence."
Did that come through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a dream that my 11-year-old had and sent to me yesterday. And I guess, like, I don't know, I want to talk about it. I know he doesn't fully understand exactly what that dream is saying, but I grasp a lot from that dream. And I know we had a question a little while back. It may have been Super Mario's question. I don't remember. But they had mentioned in the question, the family said he was just playing the fence. And I could be wrong. It could not, it may not have been Mario's question, but the reason, like, people worry about people playing the fence, like that dream just said, like, I own the fence. Like, I don't know, like, he sent that to me, and it was one of those moments where I just, like, paused and thought, when God can show a kid something like that, but us adults really struggle with seeing the obvious in front of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. First, I'll address the comments here from Angry Vet Nation. Wow, got chills. And then Super Mario says it was his question.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, there's a reason that the Bible tells us that you can't serve two masters. We either love God or you will hate God. Uh, Even trying to walk the middle isn't an option because the middle still technically falls on one side or the other. A good way to sum it up for a lot of people is think of a property line or a property fence. It has to be built on somebody's property one way or another. It's not neutral territory, it belongs to one side or the other.
Right.
And that's kind of what that dream was telling him. Yeah, the fence belongs to Satan.
And like I don't know. It also it brought back the verse of a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways, and I don't know. It made me really look at how I conduct myself in life. On anything that I'm doing, and it made me take a close look at myself.
Fair.
Napkins.
I mean, I I pretty much agree with what everybody has said so far. I will say I will agree with Angry Vet Nation. Got a little bit through there at the very beginning, and I kind of definitely shifted my focus and put on both headphones there. I I definitely understand what they were talking about as far as getting the chills, but I mean, just like pretty much exactly what Taco said. I mean, you can't, and both you said, Medic, you can't play both sides, and if you try, you're ultimately choosing the wrong side. Um, actually,
To take this a step further, even Christ said that there will be people who come to him in the day of judgment who say, well, did I not do all these works in your name? And his reply will be, depart from me, I never knew ye.
Right.
And it's because they were trying to play both sides. They were trying to be in the middle and have a little bit of the world and a little bit of Christ.
and I mean the Bible also tells us that God is a jealous God. So if you're not serving Him 100%, you're not right. You're not going to be right with him.
Can't be lukewarm. He would prefer you are either hot or cold.
One of the verses that first come to my mind when I played that to hear it, and what I was talking about, like one of those moments of that like God's still working, um, was in Corinthians when they're talking about the gifts of the Spirit, and he said, you know, your sons will dream dreams.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, like you can't argue it.
Yeah.
Like there's no way to argue it just because there's so much truth in it, in the dream, no matter how you want to play it and look at it. You know, a lot of people could say, well, it's just a kid's imagination having a dream. Well, yeah, could be. But how else are you going to explain the facts that are behind that dream? That, like, because a lot of people can say, you know, well, I don't believe in God and I don't believe in this and that. And yeah, I get that. And I'm not trying to tell anybody to believe exactly what I believe. But when you go through so many things in life and you see so many things, you're not going to change my mind that God isn't real. And if there's a God, then yeah, then there's Satan too. I mean, it's a package deal. If you can't just believe in one.
Yeah, I think it's the comedian Dane Cook had a bit about an atheist who got in his face one time because he made a comment about how, he was a Christian, and the atheist was like, "Your God isn't real. I don't believe in God." And he does the whole comedy bit about how when he asks the guy what he believes in, he's like, "I believe I'll be reincarnated as a tree." And his reply was, I hope you are reincarnated as a tree. And I hope this big sweaty guy comes through there with an axe and chops you down, takes you to a lumber yard, and they turn you into paper and then print the Bible on you.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that was my one thing I definitely wanted to kind of share today because I don't know, like I've played it over and over and over listening to it, and every time like I get the chills, and I don't know, I wanted to share it. Wanted anybody that could hear it because it might help more people than just me.
Which, there was a thing mentioned in church yesterday where somebody said something about, I don't know if they're spiritual or not. And at the time, that just kind of passed over me, but then it kind of stuck with me and kept gnawing at me and gnawing at me. And I've come to the conclusion I don't like that term when it applies to uh, the
You're welcome,
Christian
Super Mario.
faith.
You're welcome, brother.
I feel like if you are truly a Christian, you ought to consider yourself faithful and not uh, spiritual, because the world
Right.
has corrupted that term. Nowadays, if you say, well, I'm spiritual, well, that means you believe in Wiccan or the Norse gods or some other crazy out there stuff. Maybe you believe in the flying spaghetti monster these days because you say it. I don't like that term when it comes to the Christian faith. Instead, I feel like from now on, at least for me, when people ask me, well, what are you? I'm going to tell them I'm faithful.
Right. I get that.
And your wife says same.
You got her to agree with you.
I know, that doesn't
That's
happen often.
rare.
Says ads will play in 3 minutes.
Oh.
Not the ads.
The ads.
The ads.
Anyways,
Anywho,
did anyone else have anything that they wanted to bring up today?
Taco.
Not really. I spent most of last week uh, doing things to help our daddo and our mama. So I kind of was in a little bit of a vacuum for a whole lot of things. Wasn't able to take part in the After Dark episode last week.
We did miss you.
Yeah, we did.
I got to go back and listen to it that night, much later, but then I spent pretty much most of Thursday and Friday down there with our daddo to bring him home. Thankfully, he's doing a whole lot better now. They've reminded him that he cannot live on Diet Coke alone. He needs to add water and other things to keep himself hydrated.
I'm telling you though, a good ice cold Diet Coke is pretty good. I see what he likes about it. Coming from somebody who likes Dr. Pepper, okay.
Ain't nothing better than an ice cold Dr. Pepper.
No, hold on. That was something from the After Dark episode that stuck with me. I do agree with McMedic. It shouldn't take 23 flavors to make one flavor.
How many flavors you think's in the Pepsi you like? Taco.
One,
Well, they don't have
Pepsi.
to brag about it. I ain't saying that I'm right. I'm just saying it's not likely to be wrong, okay? It says ads are going to play in 30 seconds.
Oh, your wife says Dr. Pepper Zero, thank you.
It's still
That means
gross.
zero sugar. It doesn't change the fact that it's still terrible.
I'm sorry, 22 flavors. You know what I miss? Pepsi Blue.
I gotta agree. I was reminiscing the other day about the old Pepsi flavors. Pepsi Twist.
Right? Remember when that stuff came out big in school?
Oh, yeah. They couldn't keep it in the machines.
Dr. Pepper Zero tastes better than regular Dr. Pepper. KQ Best 12. Dr. Pepper is life. Ugh.
No.
Coffee
Coffee
Dr.
is
Pepper
life.
is live. No,
This will end in a minute and 20 seconds.
I don't see any ads on my side. Oh, commercial
Wow.
break. All it says is commercial break in progress. It doesn't say any actual ads. But anywho, if you're not watching on McMedic stream and you're watching on one of ours or you're listening on the podcast, I'd like to take this time to remind you that this episode is brought to you by GoDaddy, the world's #1 domain registrar. Whether you're starting your first website, building your brand, or launching your next big idea, GoDaddy has all the tools you need to make it happen. With GoDaddy, you can easily find the perfect domain name, build a stunning website with their awesome AI tools, and even get professional email tied to your domain for one low cost. Need a boost? Their 24/7 customer service support team is always there to help anytime, any day. From ideas to success, GoDaddy is your partner every step of the way. So what are you waiting for? Head to GoDaddy.com and make your dreams a reality today. Don't forget to use the promo code Beyond the Quest and get 30% off your order. Your great idea starts with a great domain. Visit GoDaddy.com.
You have a way with words, sir.
Oh, what can I say, bro? ChatGPT and GoDaddy's marketing team's got my back.
The wife says a commercial for them. Nice.
Is it still showing ads on Medic stream?
No, it says that they should be done. Dr. Pepper is life.
Dr. Pepper is the best.
No. I will say before they sold out from Pepsi and started this whole 23 flavor crap, I used to like a good Dr. Pepper every now and then.
Well, you
And
know
you
what?
know, it's
Taco, who
probably the
asked you?
same thing, just a different can too.
Who asked you, Taco? 'Cause
No,
I
it
don't
tastes
remember being
different.
like, "Hey, Taco, do you like Dr. Pepper?" I'm just saying.
No, it tastes different now.
You drink your dirt water and your coffee and just leave us normal people alone.
Normal people.
Yeah, the Dr. Pepper heads, the doctors of the world.
There's nothing normal about you people.
You people, what is that supposed to? I've got my gavel now. What is that supposed to mean, sir?
If you had to
I'm
think
white.
of like one
That's why.
one pop to bring back, what would it be?
Ooh. Like
Mm.
discontinued pop?
Yeah.
Well, I
Or
mean,
like a
how would you
flavor.
bring something back if it ain't discontinued taco?
Well, technically, you could bring back original Dr. Pepper. Uh,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
that's a tough one. I think I would probably go with the Pepsi throwback, though. I enjoyed that pretty good.
The like regular straight sugar one?
Yeah, where they use cane sugar instead of corn syrup.
Yeah, you jacked up.
I told you. And he thinks that people that drink Dr. Pepper is weird.
I mean,
You are.
yeah. What would you bring back, napkins?
I don't really know.
I'm torn. I miss Pepsi Blue, and I don't know. I used to drink a lot of Mountain Dew Code Red and Livewire.
Both of those are still available.
Are they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I don't drink Mountain Dew anymore, so.
Yeah, every
Just
now and
because you
then.
don't drink it doesn't mean it isn't available.
Well, I
E-
don't ever
That's
go over to
almost
the
as
Mountain
dumb
Dew.
as
Why would I
Taco
know
saying
it's there?
that's
No,
almost as dumb as Taco saying, you mean a discontinued pop?
well, technically, Roxa Cola is not discontinued, but I would bring it back more widespread.
I can see
Actually,
that.
I think it is discontinued again. I think it was just a limited time thing.
I would say
Really?
it's going to be a seasonal thing like their different flavors, which I'm still mad I didn't get to find their peach and try.
Has anybody tried? Well, never mind. Y'all don't like Dr. Pepper. McMedic's wifey, have you tried the Dr. Pepper blackberry that they just released? I haven't tried it yet, but I've been tempted.
What was the latest Dr. Pepper
Blackberry, it just released.
before that one?
Strawberries and cream.
I did try that one. It was gross.
It was not gross,
It
but it
was.
wasn't as good as a regular Dr. Pepper.
That's because regular Dr. Pepper ain't good either.
It's like
Pepsi tastes like mold. Okay.
it's like Dr. Pepper cherry. What is the point? You have 23 flavors. Why are you adding more flavors?
Makes you wonder what flavor's really in there.
Right?
You know what I never understood? Do you miss like going to the movies and just getting a graveyard where they mixed them all? Why didn't
Yeah.
they just come out with a pop that was them all mixed?
Yeah, you gotta kind of wonder why Pepsi
know-
or Coke One hasn't dropped their own version
Like
of it.
Pepsi Graveyard.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching not really a podcast. I guess it's more like a talk show that I like to watch. Shout out to Good Mythical Morning. But anyway, they were talking about that and they called it they called it sewer water because they said that, it's gross like sewer water. I was like, what type of graveyards y'all making? Because I remember
Uh,
them actually tasting pretty good.
First of
Why
all,
do they know what sewer
yeah,
water tastes
that's
like?
what I was gonna ask.
Why are they drinking that in the first place?
Why are you doing that?
Why are you eating that?
Uh, but no, I do kind of wonder why neither of the companies have thought, at least as a seasonal thing around Halloween, to see how it would do. Be like
There's
Pepsi
the
Graveyard
$1 million
or
idea. Whoever does it and gets profit, share the love.
RC Cola. You're the third runner in the Pepsi Wars, so why don't you sponsor us and we'll help you come up with a good graveyard flavor?
Ooh. I don't know. I'm too addicted to Monster now, so I don't really drink pop besides Monster.
Ain't nothing better than a monster
That depends what
Other
kind of
than-
Monster you get.
other than a Dr. Pepper.
I don't like the Monster Juice or whatever they are.
I've found a few of those flavors I don't mind, but
Oh,
mostly
Coke
I prefer the
that went all the way down my spine, bro.
mostly I prefer
felt
the
that in my
regular and the
hind end.
rehab.
I like the teas really good, but I'm more addicted to the sugar-free ones.
Yeah. I've gotten to where I like those better than the regular Monster.
I used to drink the bangs
Yeah.
a lot. And
Yeah.
then I don't know what they changed. They just started tasting like vitamins.
Yeah, last one I had, it didn't taste the same. I've
You
kind of
remember
moved
like when
away
you're
from them.
little and you took one of them Flintstone vitamins, that aftertaste of that's what it was like. I hate drinking something that makes you feel thirsty.
True.
It makes no sense to me. Like a lot of the flavoring packets for water, they make my mouth dry and it confuses me.
Drinking water. Why am I still thirsty?
Which I guess is, it's a good gimmick because then you're going to make another water and you're going to put flavoring in it. But
Tell me why a case of water costs almost $6 now.
I,
um,
I don't
COVID.
know. The last case that I bought was the really large pack from Walmart for about $5. So I don't
Well,
have to pay.
still, I
48
remember
packs.
whenever those were like $2.48. I mean, dadgum, it can't be that expensive to go get water and put it in a bottle.
You never know. Everything froze. It was either froze or on fire.
You got a point. You
I'm surprised
got
everything
a
else
point.
hasn't went through the roof yet.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. I'm surprised by that too.
Give it time, it will. Then everybody will blame Trump.
Everything's
Means you're
baby
getting
Trump's
old,
fault.
napkins. Remember those prices.
You know, there are times I don't think people realize just how owed some of us are who do streaming or do podcast compared to a lot of the people who watch the content more. Because for a lot of them, they have literally grown up with the internet as a constant thing. Whereas growing up, we went from it was rare for anybody you knew to have a home video game console to now we have internet and things like the PS5 and massive
Bro,
gaming PCs.
I remember whenever we lived at Martin and MSN Messenger was a huge thing, and I was trying to get on it, and I'd have to be like, "Get off the phone! I want to use the internet. I want to talk to my friends."
You remember when the only phone you could get was going to getting a track phone?
The Razor flip phone.
Bro, best phone ever
Nokia.
made.
The Nokia
Best
phones, those things are indestructible. I'm convinced there's still millions of those that are still functioning somewhere.
And
Razor phone was one of the best cell
your
phones you could
parents
get.
would get the printouts of like how many text messages you sent, and they'd be like, "Who you're texting 300 times?" And it's like, Now you look back and it's
That
like,
cost
man,
me
I send that.
$50.
I send that in like a day sometimes. Crazy, man.
What was the other one? The BlackBerry? Was that the phone?
Yeah, that had the one of the first ones with the full size keyboard.
Yep.
Yep.
Marketed
Octave.
as the business phone.
Then they had was it the spider that flipped up to the side?
Maybe,
You had the
Oh
yeah.
full
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
size.
it could flip, but you had to turn it.
It
Yeah,
it folded like it bowed out to make kind of like an L shape instead of like actually just sliding like the sliders did
and
later.
it had the full size keyboard, but it was on the side.
Yeah. I think it's
Just-
funny. My wife's like, "You're getting old, napkins." Yeah. Her favorite Christmas present she got was a vacuum.
Yeah, I'm the youngest of the group, but I'm getting old.
I don't know. I think Schizo's a little younger than you, ain't he?
No, I don't
No?
think so.
Oh, I thought he was.
Nope.
Mm, I
I
think
thought he.
he's 2 years older than me.
See, I was thinking he was a couple months younger than you.
To be fair, when I first saw him, I thought he's old as crap.
Yes, you are, McMedic wifey.
She says she is old. She's embracing it.
It's the hair.
Are you saying I
Schizo
look
still?
old because I ain't got hair? I
I
mean, because you right, but
think she's talking about Schizo with his, his mafia look he's
have
going
you
for.
seen his new haircut, by the way?
Not since he had it long and
Yeah, she
slicked
says
back.
the come over
Oh,
schizo.
daggum. He got it cut since he's went back to the ambulance service.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's still slick back, but it's shorter now. So
Mm. It used to be his go-to.
yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be joining us tomorrow on the After Dark episode or not. I ain't talked to him.
I don't know. I asked him if he was getting on this morning, and he went, maybe. I was like, yeah, it means probably not.
I know Cal got his gift in finally. He said once he figured out where he was hanging it, he would send
Oh, he's done
pictures.
got it hung.
Oh, has he hung it now?
Yeah, he sent me a picture and was like, "Have you seen this thing?"
He had told me the other night that he hadn't decided yet, and I told
Let's
him to
see.
send pictures so it could go up on the Facebook.
Let's see
I would love to quit yawning.
And quit yawning.
Thanks, bro. I will. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
I don't know. Can you? Boom.
Oh, I don't know if that was actually hung up or not. I think he just had that on the desk, plugged it in.
I would
Oh, I don't know.
I would love to be able to see our analytics, Chad. I'm just saying.
We'll start on chat again.
Son, he makes my eye twitch. I mean, like patients that sound like elephants because they're on a BiPAP.
Well, they can't help that.
I mean, I'm gonna keep that out of pocket comment to myself.
You haven't had any more interesting stories at work, have you?
There's interesting stories every day, bro. I work at the #1 Band-Aid station of Eastern Kentucky.
The Travel Center, also known as UK South.
Yeah.
Ghetto UK, maybe.
We're more about the money than helping people.
You right?
That's sad, though.
You know, Schizo pointed out something that
Oh,
was
Lord.
actually pretty funny.
Okay.
So we have this thing at work called the 10-5 rule. So if you're like 10 foot from somebody, you have to make eye contact. And if you're 5 foot from somebody, you have to greet them.
What?
Yeah. So like if you're like 10 foot from me, I'm supposed to make eye contact with you and smile. And then if you get close to me and we're like 5 feet, I have to say something like good morning or something like that.
I'm not
And
gonna
he was like,
lie. If that was a thing, and I got random people that are 10 foot from me, I'd be like, "What's wrong with you, freak?"
When did I
And
end
if
the movie
people
Smile?
I don't know that I never talked to were like, "How are you this morning?" I'd be like, "Why are you talking to me?"
You
it's
Canadian.
Like, I'm
five
not gonna
dis-
say good morning.
listen,
I'm gonna be like, "This is
if
weird."
somebody with administration catches you not doing it, it's 5 disciplinary points if they want to write you up for it.
Lay on me, baby.
But he made a really good point because he
Does that not go against your like freedom of speech and
I
crap?
don't know
Like,
if
I
I
don't
should
want to
say
talk.
this. I don't know if I should say this on the podcast, but I'm going to. He refers to our work several times as a concentration camp. And he's like, it's the same thing, dude. Like, think about it. Back whenever Hitler was in power, if you didn't do the salute with whenever you were so close to like an officer, you would get arrested. And he was like, it's the same thing. I've been telling you. This is the same thing. And I was like, you know what? Most of the time I argue with you, but you kind of got a point.
Let me guess, you were within 5 feet of each other, so you had to talk. That's crazy.
He kills me.
I don't think I wouldn't be able to follow that. There's no way I could.
Oh, I don't.
I
Absolutely
barely
not.
speak
You're also
to
not supposed
the
to be,
coworkers I
if you're in a,
have.
if you're in a public view, you're not supposed to be like on your cell phone or anything, like on elevators or walking down the hallway because it's unprofessional and it will cause you to miss a 10-5 opportunity. And I'm like, yeah, no.
How many times have you walked in a hospital and like every nurse and doctor and everyone in that hospital is on their phone?
Well, not
Yep.
to mention they give us phones. to do our work on. That's how we see our lab draws and stuff. Like, how you gonna tell me not to be on a phone, then give me a phone and tell me that we're all digital now?
Well, from now on, just don't do it and be like, sorry, I was 10 to 5, man. This ain't 3 o'clock. It's 10 to 5 time.
Man, healthcare's stupid.
Yeah. Almost every system is jacked up.
Speaking of which, there's an interesting story for you. 21-year-old female first time mother gave birth to a 7-pound baby at home on her own, didn't know she was pregnant,
Um,
and went the entire 9 months and gave birth at home before EMS arrived.
That's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
I went on a call once for, it was supposed to be for a pregnant lady. And when I got there, they brought me a baby out on like a cookie baking sheet. And I was like, what is happening right now? And this midwife, I didn't know they still done those, especially around here. And she was like, I've been doing this for years, but I just can't get the baby to wake up. I'm like, because it's not breathing. Give me that pan.
Wasn't baked long enough.
And then to beat it all, neither the mom, nor the dad, nor the midwife wanted to go to the hospital with it. And I was like, I was going to say you should fire your midwife, but now I can see why y'all got along.
Yeah, it was brought in by a different EMS company from the one that you guys are affiliated with that covers the outskirts of the county that Medic used to work in. I'm trying not to get us in legal trouble. And there was one that was just in regular clothes, and he was like, "If we would have had clamps, we would have had everything done before we got here." And I was like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Oh, I was at home and heard the whatever come out, and I jumped in my POV and got there before the ambulance did." And I was like, "Why?"
Why?
That sounds pretty dumb. I ain't got
Yeah.
any medical equipment with me, but let's go.
Some people's kids, man.
And their
And their
parents, too.
parents.
Sometimes their grandparents.
You
You ever
right.
been on a road? You get immediate road rage because like old people just can't drive good.
You're
I'm
starting to
telling you.
sound like schizo now.
You know
Well,
what?
there's some things that boy is just right on, and you can't argue it.
I don't know about that.
Don't tell
10 to
them that.
5, bub. 10 to 5.
I don't know about that.
10-5, 10-5. Oh, I noticed it week before last at work. Like, very first run I did, I immediately had road rage with people who do not understand basic driving rules.
I'm telling you.
Like, the easiest one that I feel like everyone should be able to understand, regardless of their age or reading comprehension level or anything, is a stop sign. It says the word stop on it, it's bright and red, and yet that is the most common problem I run into at work is people who don't understand that the stop sign means stop.
You know what I never got? And I'm probably going to get some hate for this one. So, texting and driving is very bad and distracting, right? What goes through your women's brains of pull down this mirror, try and put makeup on while I'm driving down the road?
You know what I never understood?
A lot.
How is a cop going to pull you over for texting and driving when they got a whole freaking laptop that they're typing on and driving?
Oh, funny story about that, actually. I got pulled over once for texting and driving. And when I passed the cop, because, I got in the fast lane to pass him, he was going too slow. It was killing me. He was texting on his phone. And then he pulls me over and he's like, I saw you had your phone out texting. I said, that's cool. I saw you had yours out too. Who was you texting? And he was like, you need to put your phone away. And he went back to his cruiser and got in and left.
I seen a sheriff deputy texting and driving on their phone, goes into oncoming traffic. The car in the opposite lane hits their horn because he almost hits them. He cuts back, flips on his blue lights and sirens, and U turns and speeds off. And I was like, that was just straight embarrassment because he got caught.
Don't get me wrong, I do love our boys in blue. We deal with them quite a bit at work and stuff,
Some
but
of them.
yeah, there are times where it's like, dude, just admit you made a mistake. Quit trying to do this power trip.
Yeah, that's like
I got
Taco
pulled
loves
over
security
yesterday.
guards.
Yeah, I had an incident with the security guard Tuesday at UK. Had to go out to get our dad's stuff from his truck so that he would have it when he got to his room. The security guard waved at me as I walked past him, and I get out to the parking garage, get his stuff, and I come back in, start past him, and he starts screaming, "Hey, hey, hey, you gotta stop, you gotta stop!" And I stop and I go, "Yeah, I just came out to get this stuff. I'm heading back in. He's about to go to a room." "Well, you gotta go out this door and go down to the other entrance and come in." And I can look and see it's 40 feet away to go through the door I need to go through. And I go, so instead of just going through this lobby and going to the room that you watched me leave from, want me to exit, go down to another entrance, and come back in. Well, that's the rules. Okay, I would be more inclined to believe that if I hadn't watched you let 50 other people do that today. "No, no, I wasn't here." I said, "No, you've been here all day. You waved at us when we first came in. But enjoy your little power trip. I'll go through the motions for you." So
You're such a loving person.
I had to do that, and when I came in the other entrance, that security guard's like, "You got to empty everything out." And I'm like, yeah, I know. I've been here all day. But I know it's not your fault that your buddy at the other end's on a power trip, so here, go through the motions." And the guy just reached my stuff right back to me, didn't even bother to look at it. I was like, yeah, he's afraid right now.
You could have shot that place up, and they wouldn't have been able to do nothing about it. Not checking your bag. What pieces of crap?
Like,
They are not the Paul Blart
yeah,
Mall Cop type.
this this was the funny part about it.
I took an
So
oath.
I had to empty all of my pockets into one of the little trays, and I set the bags up there. He glances into the tray, reaches it on past, checks to make sure that the bags are closed, and then just reaches them over. Didn't even check what the bags were.
I got pulled over yesterday.
Oh,
66 and a 55 going downhill
still
by
speeding.
a state boy. And he comes up, he asked me for my license and stuff. And yesterday was just, I got yelled at too much. I was
The
just
wife
not one of
says
them days.
again.
And I was, listen, the Jelly Roll song, Somebody Save Me? That song. I
Yeah,
had it
save me.
playing. I didn't even turn it down. And I was singing along with it. And he comes up to the window, "Me from myself." And I just hand him my license. And he goes, "You know why I pulled you over?" I said, "Yeah, I do." I said, "I was going downhill." He goes, "Yeah." So you got your insurance and registration? And it's still playing. He goes, can you turn that down? I was like, I reach over and turn it down. He goes, "You seem a little aggravated this morning." I said, "Dude, I just got off work." I said, "I got yelled at one too many times. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. Just do what you got to do and let me go." And he goes, "I understand. I'll be right back." I was like, "I'm totally getting a ticket." It's like 15 minutes. He comes back, hands me all my stuff back, and he said, "Man," he said, "I ain't gonna lie to you, bub." He said, "I know what it's like to be aggravated, just trying to get home." He said, "Slow it down for me." And I was just like,
See, that's the ones we like.
Yeah, that's the nice ones.
turned my song back up and then went on.
Well, at least you didn't have Hasta Diga Evil playing.
Yeah, that's true.
For those of you that don't know, that is from the
Musical, the
creators of
book.
South Park's musical, The Book of Mormon.
Oh,
It is not a very good song.
nope.
Nope.
That was before I was in church. Let that be said. I
Does
did
that
get
mean
pulled
no
over with that
worries?
song blaring. and I didn't turn it down. He asked me to, and I didn't. I just kept singing, baby. And then he looked at me like I was crazy, and he left. There's different ways to get out tickets, man.
Yeah, have you retired your flirting with them thing?
Yeah,
Or being like, it's because I'm black, ain't it?
yeah. Well, no, I used that one once, but I quit the flirting with them whenever they kind of started doing it back and asked me on a date once,
I
and
told
I
you that
was
was going to
like,
happen one of these days.
I'm pretty committed to this. I'm gonna have to go on a date with this guy, you know. And then he called my bluff, is what he was doing, because he was like, you can quit the charade now. I know what you're doing. You're not the first person to do this." And I was like, "Really?"
This
And he was
happens
like,
a
"So now
lot.
you're admitting it." And I was like, "Daggone, you played that really good, man."
You ought to be a detective.
Yeah, I've got pulled over a lot, but I've only had like one ticket. I used to be pretty good getting out of them. At least I just don't name drop anymore. Learned my lesson there. A lot of people don't like other cops. It's crazy.
And yet
Hey,
somehow napkins can name drop moon pie 2 hours away from home and get out of a ticket.
that's butthead, thank you.
You're gonna get a message later, be like, "You called me a butthead again."
And you know what? That was just a freak accident that worked. And tell me, how's it going to go from a 55 to a 35 and there not be a speed limit except for where the cop's sitting? Literally, driving past the cop, 2 o'clock in the morning. We've been at Verizon Wireless for like 6 hours. Just wanted to get home, trying to eat some McDonald's. We're going down this incline. There's a cop sitting in the median. As soon as he sees us, his headlights come on. I was like, "Huh, that's weird. I don't know what the speed limit is." As we're passing him, there's a speed limit sign that says 35. I went, "Huh, that's a lot slower than 55." And Taco just goes, "You're getting pulled over." And I went, "Yeah, I am." About that time, blue lights kicked on. He come up. He said, "Where you heading?" And I said, "Back home." He said, "Let me see your license." And he looks at it. He said, "Oxford. That's Floyd County, ain't it?" I said, "Yeah, it is." He said, "Yeah." He said, "I used to work Floyd County." I said, "My brother just graduated academy. He works at Floyd County." He said, "Who's your brother?" I told him. He said, "I went to academy with him." I said, "Small world, huh?" He walks back to his car, and I just turned to look at Taco, and I went, "I ain't getting a ticket."
Yeah, he come back up to the car and he said, Moon Pie's a pretty good guy. I'll let you go with a warning this time. Just kind of be mindful about how fast you're going in these speed zones.
Little did he know Moon Pie was so mediocre.
Daggone butthead got me out of several tickets, actually. Between him and Peepaw, they got all kinds of friends, but they also got enemies.
Yeah, they do. I mean, didn't you try to name drop Peepaw once and you got like 9 tickets for it?
Yeah, yeah, I did. But that was because I told the constable that he needed to quit being a wannabe cop and actually go do something whenever he first got elected.
Yeah, it may have had something to do with it.
The next night, I was coming home from work at like 4 o'clock in the morning. That same constable and the state trooper was sitting side by side next to each other. I go past them. Never did see the trooper pull out. And I'm almost home. And he comes flying up behind me and flips his blue lights on and writes me 9 citations. Like, this is retaliation. That's all right because I got a peepaw that can take care of it.
My wife's telling on herself. She got pulled over once, and it cracks me up because she got so mad at me because she like panics, and I laughed because you know how like panic. Yeah, I thought that was funny. She she didn't, and she totally lied at the time. It said that she was in a hurry to get to the hospital because Moon Pie's wife was having a baby. Oh,
But
yeah.
y'all out here lying to people. All I do is drop names, and it's either gonna go really good or really bad.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I haven't. That was the past, sir.
Which you are right, McMahon's wifey. She was pregnant at the time.
Last time I got pulled over, I was on my way back from um, down in Tennessee because the wife was traveling, and I was speeding, and this West Virginia state boy, I watched him turn around, so I slowed down, but he was trying to play mind games with me, and he'd go in front of me and then drop it on an exit. Well, then I'd see him. He's already coming up on the other side of it. Pull back out. So I'd go, he'd get behind me, and I'd slow down. He'd pass me. He'd go down an exit. We'd done this like 3 times. Finally, I just pulled off on the side of the road and waited. He pulled up behind me. He come walking up there, and he said, "Is there problems? Is there a reason you're sitting on the side of the road?" And I said, "I was just waiting on you to pull me over. I didn't know if you was gonna keep doing this game or not. I just want to get it over with so I can get home." And he's like, "You know what? This is the first time I've ever had somebody call me out on it. You just be careful and slow down." And I was like, "Wow, the truth works too. Crazy."
The truth will set you free unless you committed murder. Then probably not.
That's a
Oh,
good philosophy there, sir.
I need to go to bed.
The truth will set you free.
so listeners and current viewers, how about you give us some of your ideas on how you get out of tickets?
BeyondTheQuest.com. Contact form. You can stay anonymous if you committed a felony.
You can also get a hold of us through angryvetnation.org. Click the Beyond the Quest link. You
But
fill out your
who
stuff.
is
And if you
Angry
don't like
Vet Nation?
if you don't like websites for some reason, info@beyondthequest.com. If you're racist against infomercials,
Oh, that's
btq at
cheating, though.
swimchancegaming.com.
KK
Scrubs,
Best
that's
12 says scrubs. That's how. That's cheating.
Hey, before I went to lab, whenever I worked in the ER, there was a trooper that delayed a nurse.
Uh-huh.
And same trooper had to bring somebody in to be medically cleared for jail, and the ER doctor made him sit there for like 6 hours to the point that the sergeant, everybody was getting involved, and
Oh yeah.
that ER doctor said, "Listen, buddy," he said, "the law says I have to medically clear them for jail. It doesn't say I have to do it in a timely manner. You f with my people, I'll f with yours."
Yep.
It wasn't very long after that I got pulled over in Coal Run, and they come up, they see my badge and it says ER on it. He says, "You work in the ER?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You going in or going home?" I said, "Going in." He said, "Slow it down, be careful." Got in
You
his
should have
car
said, "Nah, bro, that's a fake ID." That's my problem. Is I'm very sarcastic when people make stupid comments like that. Like, "You work in the ER?" Because he can see it and says ER. I'd be like, "Nope, found this on the side of the road."
My name ain't even Joe, man.
Yeah,
It's like a "here's your sign" moment.
I have a
Drives me
bit of
crazy.
a problem like that as well. I got pulled over one time and had my work coat on that had, the ambulance logo and the company name and everything on. And the cop walked up, he looked at it and he goes, "You drive an ambulance?" "Yeah, I do. That's kind of why the coat says that. And that also means that I know how to drive more than you do." He said, "What? But I sat here and watched you." I said, "Yeah, and I sat there and watched you while you were playing on your phone, letting people speed past you. And then you pulled out behind me and pulled me over."
I got pulled over driving an ambulance once. You had that happen yet?
No, I have not.
Yeah. Trying to get to my wife who hit Bambi.
I remember that. I was working dispatch that day.
Yeah, dude pulls me over and he's like, "You got a patient back there?" I'm like, "No, trying to get to one." He's like, "Is it reading you're going so fast?" I'm like, "I just told you, trying to get to the patient." Duh. And he literally, like, I gave him my license, and he throws it back in the window, like over to the passenger side, like just throws it. He's like, "I don't like your attitude." And I said, "Woohoo! I don't like yours either. Get over it." Like, come on now, like you gonna be a jerk? I'll be one back.
The
And I
fastest I'd
didn't
ever
have
been
scrubs on.
the fastest I'd ever been pulled over was on the Mountain Parkway, and the dude literally went through the grass to get behind me because I was going 95. But that was because my little boy was getting ready to go into surgery, and I was trying to get to him. But at the time, I worked at the dispatch center for the same ambulance service and had my uniform on, and he comes up and he goes, "This ain't a blanket ambulance," and I'm like, "Yep, I don't drive an ambulance, but cool." Told him what happened. He said, "If I ever catch you going that fast again, I'll take you to jail." And I was like, "Okay."
I pulled over once in my uniform. He's like, "You work on an ambulance?" It's like, "No, I work in one." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "I don't know how to do anything with an engine." He's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like,
Jeez.
"I don't work on an ambulance. I work in one." That one may have been uncalled for, but
Maybe.
it says ads are getting ready to play. I have no idea.
Well, before they play, why don't you tell everyone who Angry Vet Nation is?
It says ads are playing. I have no idea if they are. I really wish the delay on these was better.
I don't see it playing, but I'll go ahead. Angry Vet Nation is a nonprofit organization that helps first responders or veterans break into the world of streaming, podcasting, or anything gaming related, um, whether it's to just as a hobby or to use as therapy. They really strive to help anybody that is a first responder or veteran, whether it's getting the mentoring that you need, having a support system, or getting a professional gaming rig or just equipment. If you're interested, visit angryvetnation.org. At this time, applications are closed, but you can hit the notify button, join the mailing list for when those reopen. Strongly encourage you to do that. The wait list, even whenever they're not backed up, is about 6 months long.
Make sure you get on that list. I'm telling you, we can ask for a better group of people to sponsor us. They truly have your six when they say it, and it's not just helping you out in any way they can, but they just like everybody else that's struggled with depression and lost people to depression and stuff. They're really striving to do their best they can to help anybody in any way that is going through anything, and that means the world to me.
And they really
Also,
care about the people they work with.
Especially
absolutely.
Chad.
Yeah. Chad is like top tier. I also want to take a moment and just mention that this episode is powered by GoDaddy, the ultimate partner for turning your big ideas into reality.
How did they do that?
Whether you need a domain name, a professional website, or tools to grow your business, GoDaddy has your back. Seriously, they make it so easy. If you want to grab your dream domain before someone else does, done. Need a sleek website that even grandma will say looks amazing? You got it. If you're stuck at 2 a.m. trying to figure something out, don't worry. GoDaddy's 24/7 support team is just a call away. So don't sit on that great idea. Head to GoDaddy.com today. Get started for as little as $1 a month on your first domain and your first website. GoDaddy is where the big ideas get the green light. Use promo code Beyond the Quest for 30% off your first year membership. Man, I'm just so professional. Myself a little pat on the back.
It's not conceited if it's true, right?
Right? Dude, my confidence is through the roof lately. It's the Altoids.
But you're out of Altoids, aren't you?
I think I got some. They're just in there.
What if they're not? What are you gonna do?
I guess I'll be going to buy some Altoids before I go to bed or when I wake up. One of the two.
So are you pretty excited about getting your little children's enrolled?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that after the podcast. Actually, I'm gonna go down to the school and see what I can get done today.
They liking the idea of it?
No.
Don't worry, the ones that are already enrolled don't like it either.
No, they're not at all actually. But it is what it is. It's all part of life, all part of growing up.
Yeah, I think once they get in though, they'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I think
Be something new for them.
it's gonna give them some much needed socialization and hopefully will correct some of their behaviors. Good lord.
I think it will. I think it'll help out. They will love having friends, Wifey
You
says.
know how they say it's the terrible twos? Well, it goes from the terrible twos to the terroristic threes to the freaking fours. It just keeps going. It don't stop at the terrible twos. Let me just tell you.
Yeah, wait till they get teenage brain.
Ah, daggum.
I'm telling you. Sometimes it amazes me, like the lack of common sense.
Oh man.
Wife says, just wait till they're older, all wanting two friends to stay all night each at once. I don't know. There was one little boy that come stay night once, and I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, because it was nonstop. And I was like, what in the world is happening? My nerves are on edge.
Can you all shut your friend up?
It's like, is he broke?
Is this normal?
Is there a reset button on this?
Poke him with a stick to fix this?
Oh,
Listen,
I'm
my
listening.
blood pressure got like through the roof last night, and I got a little agitated at some people that I may work with that may also be part of our gaming group, and I was like, I had like 16 patients. I said, dude, I said, I'm just gonna go up there. I said, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna clear that whole floor in an hour. And he's like, oh, that's a pretty big goal. And he was telling me what I should do, and I was like, nope. Now I'm ticked off. Went up to the floor. 58 minutes had the entire floor clear. And then I texted him and I was like, I really like I had it topped out and I changed it, but I had it topped out that said, see, I told you 58 minutes, 16 patients done, get on my level. And then I erased it and changed it. I was like, yeah, let's not.
Get on my level. Built different, huh?
Trash talking your own friend.
Listen, my kids try and trash talk, and I don't understand a word they say.
No. Today's slang is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it took me for a while to understand what skibbity meant.
I still don't know.
No, I don't either.
Toilet, I guess? I don't know. They say skibbity toilet.
I don't know. Your youngins make up words, I'm pretty sure.
And then they keep using alpha and beta
They do not know what those mean.
and Rizzler. They got the Riz. I don't know. Confuses me sometimes. Tried to learn it. Didn't go well.
The last time I was around your youngins, they kept saying skibbity, and I said, what does that even mean? And they'd just look at me funny and go, skibbity.
I'm just going to go back to old school and be like, you're a dork. You know that, right?
You a butthead, bro.
Yeah, and they do this weird thing with their face. They're like,
Yeah, I don't.
mewing? I thought that was a
Yeah,
Pokemon.
what is that? I don't.
That's your jawline, Bob.
You got an itch? I mean, I don't get it. My beard itches too, bro.
I mean, you ain't got the Riz? Apparently, that refers to you got the charm. You flirting.
I mean, apparently my Riz ain't too bad. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Awfully full of yourself these days.
What
You
can I
can
say,
see it
bro?
if you
Results
feel
speak for themselves. There's a reason why Schizo's jealous.
it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, to be fair, he goes for Older married women. Used to, anyway.
He says he's cut that out now.
I don't know. He was just bragging this morning about how somebody 30 years his senior was hitting on him. I'm just saying.
Listen, you want to see that boy lose his mind? Get him in front of a 105-year-old woman talking.
Son, I already have seen it. We walked in. We walked into this woman's room, and she's like 102. And he's like, "Do you remember the war?" I was like, "God dang."
Listen, we had this little. I mean, I'm telling you, she's 105 years old. She old, and she was sick. And we're sitting there trying to take care of her, and he is talking to her if she remembers these serial killers and the wars and stuff. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And he was like, are you aware that her dad was alive? Wyatt Earp was alive? And I was like,
That's what I was about to
And?
ask. Was
Hold
that
up,
the same
just-
one
that
who was
just made
asking
something
about
stick in
Wyatt
my
Earp?
head. Let's back up for a minute. What do y'all think about the KKK rising back up? Like, what is going on?
What?
Have you not heard?
Apparently
No.
not.
There is a flyer in the town I live in the post office about a Klan meeting, and they've been spotted all over Georgia, all over New Jersey, all over Indiana.
I mean,
What?
they never actually went away. They just got really tiny for a while.
They're
Ohio,
rising
like
back up?
yeah,
Daggone. I
it's
had no
crazy.
idea of this.
Yeah.
I was
You can
like,
tell I don't keep up with
and I was
with
even
the
like,
days.
there ain't no way it's real. So Schizo's like, bet I'll call the number, and calls the number, and it's like this actual recording, and it's like, if you're interested in joining the Brotherhood, send $1 to PO Box, blah 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 blah. And I was like, what the? And it ends with white power, and I'm like, I don't know what I just heard, but I'm offended on behalf of other people. Like, we don't claim those folk.
They might be Southern, but we ain't that Southern.
I had no idea that was a thing happening
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, I had no clue
It's on
about it either.
Facebook too. A lawyer from Prestonsburg actually shared it on Facebook. That's how I seen it. Yeah, it's crazy. World's crazy.
My wife showed me a video on Facebook last night of this kid. I don't know. He was like 11 or 10. I don't know. He had a dirt bike. Yeah, he lived in a little neighborhood and he rode his dirt bike around the neighborhood. Well, some guy owned some plumbing service or whatever did not like this kid being on his street. I did not say in front of his house. I said on his street. And from one of the neighbors' security cameras had footage of this grown man stop this kid who was just trying to start his dirt bike so he could keep going. He was trying to start it. Pulls up to this kid, screaming and cussing at this kid to get off his street. Never wants to see him at this street again. If he could find his daddy, he's gonna beat him too. Gets out, shoves this kid off this bike, punches the kid, and starts screaming, "If I ever see you on my street again, I'm gonna kill you and your dad."
Good God.
The
People
cops
like
show
that
up
ought to
because they
be
didn't
beat.
have the video yet, and he's wearing the same shirt he has on in the video. And they're like, he's like, "Yeah, that's not me. It's not me." So then the neighbor finds the video, he gives it to the cops, and they're like, "Yeah, well, you're going to jail." And my wife's like, "He wouldn't be going to jail. I would be going to jail for murder." I
Yeah.
need to circle back to napkins. I missed something. Did napkins just say that he has a woman?
Uh-oh, you got Amy's attention there.
He said his res on point.
I never confirmed or denied that, but maybe,
Where's it at? You got.
maybe she may or may not be watching this episode.
Wait a second. Wait a second. May or may not be watching this episode. I haven't received a follow.
I never said she was watching your stream.
Okay, I see how you are. I see how you
Uh-huh,
are.
uh-huh, uh-huh. See how it is.
Wait a second. Wait a second. There is one new name in chat.
Who bragged about wearing scrubs?
Would that be them?
Never,
What? I can't keep up with you.
I never confirmed or denied anything.
Uh-huh. I see how he is. I see how he is. All right, aim. Get him.
Do it.
It's the Dr. Pepper lady, isn't it? Tell me. I don't know why I imagine Amy just now holding the gavel.
why is everybody so invested with my love life? That's what I want to know.
You
Well,
kind of
started
caused it.
I I just said I had Riz. Okay, that's all I said.
No, this
and
all
that
started with
Schizo was
banjos,
jealous.
bro.
Yeah.
This all started with banjo music.
Well, that's beside the point that we're not going to revisit today.
It's Dr. Pepper lady, isn't it? Tell me. I need to know. I'm telling you, I'm imagining her right now holding a gavel.
Yeah,
Listen,
even Medic's wifey says the banjo started all this, so don't be blaming nobody else but yourself.
listen.
We're listed.
There's no banjo music involved anymore. That was that's still messy. It still ain't over with as far as the court stuff goes, but you know.
It be what it be. They, Amy's just dying to know, is it the Dr. Pepper lady? It's you. She replied.
Yeah, Lee.
Been there. My life was Jerry Springer at one point. Thankfully, it ended.
Amy, are you actually a detective? See, we thought that Vet's out here the one doing the backgrounds and stuff on everybody. It's Amy the whole time. She found a needle in a haystack.
Wait, that ain't why you like Dr. Pepper, is it?
Bro, I've liked Dr. Pepper for years. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you weird.
Yeah. I never said I wasn't.
Actually, you did just earlier this episode.
Yeah, you said you
I
wasn't
said
weird.
that Dr. Pepper lovers wasn't weird. I didn't say I wasn't weird.
But you
I'm
just said you
weird for
love Dr.
completely
Pepper.
other reasons.
You know his camera's gonna kick back on. He'll have his gavel screaming, right?
Probably.
Listen to me.
Listen, listen, listen. Oh man.
I used to, speaking of Jerry Springer, I used to love watching those videos. Just laughing at how stupid and jacked up people are.
Cherry, cherry, cherry.
Napkins, you better answer Amy. She's getting a little angry.
She's calling you both out now.
It'd be really awkward if that ain't her. Just saying.
You right. You right.
Who are you, Dr. Pepper lady? You know,
You a friend? You you a hater?
you know, I have to say, a lot of the
Tell me.
entertainment I get from our episodes come from Amy and the rest of Angry Vet Nation
I'm
with their
telling you.
comments. Sometimes even Vet's like, I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know. I'm just here.
I'm telling you. We need to start getting donuts in the morning.
I agree. I can support that message.
She ain't gonna stop. Where did you go, Napkins?
I'm here.
You were not here. Your face is gone, sir. He's digging out of the hole he's in.
It's a good one, Medic's wifey.
He has her moments.
Just don't let her tell a story.
For his life.
No, you showed up randomly, and I don't believe in coincidence. Who are you?
I don't know why I feel like that line
Amy,
should be in
is
a
it
scary
so
movie.
hard? Is it so hard to believe that we might actually just have a fan?
Yeah, kinda.
I mean, we have Super Mario Cousin, but
Oh, we do. We do have fans, guys.
We're kind of a big deal. We even got 2 questions submitted this week.
Yeah.
Medic, your wife's telling me not to tell the story that she shared on herself yesterday.
You watch shows, Napkins?
Do I watch what?
Shows?
Shows?
Television?
Like TV shows? Yeah. Who
Yeah.
doesn't?
You ever heard of this newer show called The Rookie?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of one called The Bookie?
No.
It's about a bookie. You know, bets, gambling, collecting money. And my wife really wanted to watch The Rookie because of Castle, whoever Castle is.
Nathan
And
Fillion.
there was one night I'd walked in there and she's in the living room watching TV. I was like, I'm surprised you ain't watching The Rookie. And she was like, I tried. That show's terrible. And I was like, what? And she said that show wasn't even going in the right direction. It's all about money and gambling, and Castle still ain't made an appearance. And I can't believe that Napkin's oldest son loves this show and gets to watch it all the time. And I was like, are you sure you're not talking about The Bookie? And she was like, no, I'm talking about The Rookie. It's just not going in the right direction. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she said, someone should probably answer her. She's going she's gonna deep diving into personal lives. But she said no. She said, I've watched 4 episodes and Castle still ain't made an appearance. I'm like, are you sure at the start of any of those episodes it never said The Bookie? She was watching TV. Well, a commercial come on for The Bookie. And she goes, that show, it is terrible. I'm like, that's because that's The Bookie and not The Rookie. And she watched 4 episodes of that show thinking she was watching some cop show. Had one of those Happy Gilmore moments.
Oh, now Amy's calling you out. Napkins, answer us now. Probably shouldn't have talked about your Riz.
Apparently not. Apparently not.
How strong is that Riz game, bro?
She's trying to explain herself now, Medic. You gotta read her explanation for him.
Oh, to be fair, cops were watching them on episode 1, so I kept waiting for it. It wasn't going in the right direction, though. Probably because it ain't the right show, but, you know.
It never came.
She killed me. Napkins,
What?
you look lost. Are you lost?
I'm in my home. I am not lost.
You're in over your head when it comes to Amy.
You know what? Amy's scary, and if you've ever talked to her on the phone, you would understand.
He finally started The Rookie last night, and it's so much better. Probably because that's the right show,
It's amazing how that works.
right? Give me words.
You know what, Amy? I'm gonna put you in timeout in the chat.
Don't
I'm gonna time you out.
do that.
Yeah, I feel like you'll regret that if you do that.
I'm telling you, I'm just trying to save you, bro. Don't do that. Just answer me this, Napkins. This might
Sure.
save you. Oh, Amy calling you out.
Oh, I don't, Amy.
I'm just trying to save you here. Um, Answer me if KKB's 12 whatever is workflow.
Workflow.
Yeah, I got Snapchat too.
Yes.
It's workflow, Amy. Did you time her out and delete her
I
Oh,
didn't delete her. I timed her out.
for 600 seconds?
oh,
And just like that, Beyond the Quest lost its sponsorship.
and just like that, thank you all for the many episodes you've given us so far.
Napkins, I would recommend you undo that.
Now, tell me I won't again, Amy.
I feel like you're gonna feel a lot of ear burning in a minute.
I think I'm not gonna be surprised tomorrow when I get a call from mom that just says some random person showed up and beat napkins half to death.
It could happen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, he brought that on himself. He tried
I
to stop
respect
it.
it, honestly. Didn't think you'd do it. But don't do it again. And that was all caps, so that was serious.
She's giving you a pass this time.
And there's some, there's some dots in there, so that was stern talking. You know what I mean? Stern. I respect it.
You know, to get back
Vet,
to
I
our
know, buddy. I know, Vet. Vet's blowing my phone up now.
Yep.
It's already undone. Okay.
to get back to more of our nerdy roots, I still haven't actually gotten to sit down and watch all of the newest season of Vox Machina.
Really?
Yeah, I
He was
started to
fixing
one
to
day.
get me in trouble, Fest said. Yeah, don't get Vet in trouble. Poor guy just wants to sit behind his glass walls and eat his donuts. Everybody's staring at him.
Started it one day, but I didn't have a lot of time and only got through one episode, I think.
I will say, if nobody has watched Vox Machina, I think it's on Prime, right?
Yes.
You're missing out. It's pretty good.
It's based on an actual D&D playthrough by a group of voice actors. They've went back and they've started taking their older campaigns and animating them, and they all do their own characters in the show. So it's pretty authentic to how it actually was when I watched it live and
What
stuff.
can I do?
What do you mean workflow? Huh. She's full of questions this morning. I tried to bail you out. What are you doing?
I'm typing back to Amy.
Oh. But yeah, I like Vox Machina. Besides that, that's about That's the only newer shows that I really like watching. I like watching Chosen, but they haven't released anymore.
Yeah, I think they're currently working on filming more.
I think so. If you haven't watched Chosen, you should really do it.
Especially if you want to know more about the life of Christ and his followers, and you struggle with the reading part of it, like if you have a King James version or something like that, it's a great visual way to learn a lot of it because they do an amazing job of actually giving you the historical and cultural things that they would have dealt with.
Right. He's very good. I'm just watching Napkins. He's in such concentration right now.
I sent my message. I'm done.
Ta-da! I can't believe you timed her out. That has blown my mind.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just thankful that she said that she respects it and warned you not to do it again because I honestly thought that was the end right there.
I mean,
It's not the end. It is not the end.
don't say that I won't do something. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. If I got the power to do it, you tell me I won't.
Sir.
No.
When you gonna learn, Napkins? You gotta
My
keep your
wife
mouth
had
shut.
said it must be new. I didn't even know about it. It just cracked me up because the whole time Vet's like, somebody should seriously answer her. Somebody should. And he's like, you should undo that now. You left me on read.
Oh, medic, why did you have to say? I think it'd be a good idea for us to get webcams.
Because people enjoy it. What's wrong with the webcam? Ain't got nothing to do with you being able to answer.
No, but now she knows I read it. Ah.
Yeah. That hole you digging?
Getting deeper
Not too
by the
busy.
second.
That's true. We haven't got to see or talk to him for a little bit. Always so busy.
Yeah, he's been crazy lately.
Always is. Oh, that was sweet, Amy.
That was. Thank you,
I'll
Amy.
stop. I just hope you truly find happiness. As long as you're happy, I'm happy. That's
See,
a daggone sponsor right there.
that's what I was talking about when I said they really care about their people.
Listen, Amy's like the protective mom.
She
Yep.
really
You mess
is.
with one of us, you in trouble.
And she's Russian, so she's scary. And she's angry most of the time.
Yeah.
Is that right? Oh, napkins.
Bruh, what you doing on your phone now?
Vet is typing to me. I think Amy said she would stop, but now she's putting Vet up to asking.
There, she's tapping through vet.
She's in the office right now.
Hey, Hey, I brought you another donut. That was nice. Now move. Let me have your computer.
This is mine now. You go sit with Chad.
Daggone Chad. But to be fair, Chad hasn't asked you questions.
That's right. Chad has not asked me questions. He just sucks at his job. No offense, Chad, but I'm really mad at you this morning. Really mad. How you gonna go 2 minutes before we go live? Whenever I'm like, "Hey, we got questions," and then say, "Oh, I'm gonna lock you out of everything," and then set up two-factor authentication that you have to set up before you can get back in. And then whenever I'm like, "Hey, why don't you take that off till after the show?" Say, "Oh, I don't know how."
Yeah.
She's got to keep you all and everything else in line. She has her work cut out for it. That's true. I will say, bro, whoever she is, if she makes you happy, that's all that matters, bro. And don't let anyone or anything come between you and your happiness.
Bam.
Oh,
Mic drop.
thanks, Fat.
He's sweet when he wants to be. Whew. Now you've yelled at Chad and you have my side hurting from laughing. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was gonna start bad terms. He was not happy, Chad. He
No,
was
he was
not
not.
happy at all.
No, he was not.
But it doesn't happen often.
What doesn't happen often? I'm confused.
I'm not sure. Oh, Vet being sweet. Come on, I bet he's a big teddy bear. Probably not, but I'm just saying.
He might be more like a grizzly bear. Tear your throat out.
You got him Chad trouble. There you go. Chad, what have I told you about breaking stuff? Poor Chad.
She really, Amy really is like a big mama bear. I mean, she
Okay.
really is. I don't know. I was thinking about that comment, and it's true. Like, she's just like, she cares,
Want you to be happy, bro. Just like we all do. Does
Makes
that
my
make me a
heart smile.
does that make me a brother bear? No? Okay. Love you too.
Yes, it
God.
does.
He just blatantly ignored you there, didn't he?
I know. At least I love him, right? Is that a hair tie on your wrist? Napkins.
Come, Amy.
You got eyes like a hawk.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Wearing
is.
a hair tie? You ain't got no hair.
I know I don't.
Beard's not long enough for you to use it yet.
Are you sure? Because I think, you know what?
Hey, listen. I tried to get my wife to do that. She wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
That's for work, right?
Yeah.
Daggone, how'd she spot that?
I
The whole
don't
time,
know.
I didn't even notice. Makes me feel like I'm blind. It says more ads in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. You wearing her hair tie? Oh, that's cute.
Amy, I swear to God.
almost typed something, but it probably caused more drama, so I didn't do it. That's how much I love you, Napkins.
Medic, don't wear my hair tie. Now I'm jealous.
That's true, I don't. Be fair, I don't think she ever said, like, hey, you should wear this hair tie. Two-way
Well,
street.
I mean, to be fair, she didn't ask me to wear her hair tie.
Why you got it?
Uh, technically, okay. Technically, she dropped. She had one and she dropped it, and I just picked it up. Asked her if she wanted it back. She said not right then, so I just slapped it on my wrist, and it was one that was like really tight. And I complained about it being tight, but also that I wanted to wear it. Just
That's what I'm thinking too, wife. You stole her hair tie?
no. Oh my goodness.
That's the way it sounded to me.
I'm gonna sound really cheesy if I finish this story. But long story short, she brought me one that was a little bit bigger so that it didn't cut off my circulation. I could actually wear it.
Bro, you like cheddar cheese right now.
That was a Fat Albert joke if I've ever heard one.
I am fat. My name ain't Albert. I want the cheese napkins.
Oh, Amy.
It's extra cheesy. Oh, it says ads are playing. I don't know if they are. I didn't get to give a warning. I was laughing too hard a while ago.
Well, I'm gonna take the time to read my next ad that I wrote. Well, that I had Chat GPT write me. I'm not gonna
Let's hear it, sir.
lie. This
But you better do it
episode-
right and do it justice. Okay? I want to
Okay.
hear some passion behind it.
Real
okay,
emotion.
Okay. This episode is brought to you by GoDaddy, where even you could build a professional website. That's right, GoDaddy has an amazing AI powered site builder that practically reads your mind. Well, okay, not literally, but it's not going to know about your secret dream to start a ferret themed bakery. But if that is your dream, the AI builder will whip up a sleek, ferret friendly website faster than you can say cinnamon sugar weasel loaf. And the best part? No coding, no stressing. You just click a few buttons and boom, you're the proud owner of a website that actually looks like you know what you're doing. So if you've been procrastinating because building a website feels harder than beating Elden Ring, let GoDaddy's AI do the heavy lifting. Go to GoDaddy.com today because your brilliant ideas deserve more than sitting in your notes app. Use code Beyond the Quest at checkout to save 30% on a year membership. That's GoDaddy.com with the promo code Beyond the Quest.
You still got a minute. You can get your other sponsor in.
If you want a proud mama bear that will support you in all your life endeavors and also grill you, oh, sorry, I was reading your wife's comment, but will also grill you about your personal life. Go to angryvetnation.org and join the wait list for when their applications reopen. You must be a first responder or veteran, but you'll never find a sponsor that's more like family. They will provide you with mentoring. They'll provide you with a professional gaming rig, other equipment that you might need to be successful to break into the world of streaming or podcasting. They're really there to help their members. They truly are like a big family. And when they say they have your six, they truly mean it. They're actually partnering with a mental health group to offer therapy sessions to all of their members 100% free. Again, I can't express how great this group is. If you are looking for a sponsor, you're looking into breaking into the world of streaming or gaming, or you just want a brotherhood that you can join, go to angryvetnation.com. If you're a first responder or veteran, fill out the notification form so that they can get you on to get an application, get you screened, and get you part of this wonderful, wonderful family that we've joined.
Well done, sir.
What can I say?
You didn't even need Chat GBT for that.
Nope.
That was from the heart.
That one was real.
Can't keep up with the ones on my wrist, let alone putting one on his. However, his truck has 3 in the clip. That's true. There's hair ties and crap all over my truck.
I mean, that's kind of convenient and helpful though, because you do have a daughter as well with long hair.
Right. Anyways. Napkins, tell the story before you disappear. I'm worried for you, bro. That come from Mario.
Oh, gun, y'all ain't gonna let this one go. Okay, so here we go.
Uh-oh.
We were at work. She had the hair tie. It fell off. I picked it up. I reached it back to her. She said she didn't need it because she had another one that was already in her hair. She just had two to help keep it all together.
How much hair
So
she got?
she got quite a bit of hair. But anyway,
Yeah, girl.
I slapped it on my wrist. Um, hang on, daggum. I got to do some mod stuff.
Yeah.
Stupid
Get
spammers.
that garbo out of here.
Why won't it let me delete that?
I don't know.
Hang on. I got to go to something else to delete it. There we go. Anywho, so I slapped it on my. Did it not disappear?
It
No.
says it was deleted by a moderator.
Okay. So I slapped it on my wrist. She didn't need it. It was cutting off my circulation. So I was having to take it off. Well, switch wrists back and forth, and then take it off. And told her I liked wearing it because it reminded me of her. So she brought me a bigger one that fit. There's
Ain't
the
that
story.
cute?
That's just so wholesome.
I don't know why. I just feel like when you finish that story, yep, that's what I was figuring. Amy's gonna be like, oh, he's a sweetheart. He's a big teddy bear. He's like one of them big old giant teddy bears you get at the carnival. Too big to even really have. It's just gonna. You just want to hug it.
Yeah.
Now that we're caught up on your life. I have missed the show. Glad we're back on schedule.
Yes, I agree.
Felt really weird missing the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did, and it really bummed me out, dude. Like you don't, at least me myself and I did not realize how much the show actually means and how much I actually enjoyed it until we missed those episodes.
Yeah, I know, right?
By the way, if you're not already, go to beyondthequest.com, check out our blog where
Look at him.
leave me alone. uh, go to beyondthequest.com, check out our blog. We post all of our news and updates and personal critical insights and stuff on there. You can read about the host or check us out on Facebook at Slim Chance Gaming. We also, I'm confused by that comment.
I don't know. She's
Metaxplosion.
always aggravating me to death.
But anyway, follow our Facebook page. We also post updates on there about the show if we're going to be off track or something. Any kind of important updates we post is there.
Yeah, I've had a lot of internet issues, so that's been causing problems.
Lord
But-
willing, and the creek don't rise and Medic's internet don't go out. We should stay on track.
Hopefully, it's all good now. Hopefully,
While you're on beyondthequest.com, go to contact us and submit a form. We love getting feedback from you guys, even if it's hate mail.
that's true. Come on, keyboard warriors, give it your best.
Comments, questions, piercing critical insights. If you want to be on the show, you can also include that in there. We'll invite you to the Discord, get you set up with our wonderful audio software that Angry Vet Nation set up for us. I would have plugged Chad there, but still low key mad at him. So screw you, Chad.
It's not very low key at this point.
Screw you, Chad. Angry Vet
Aggravating about
Nation
not having the
set us
show.
up
I like
with
listening to it. Yeah.
Angry Vet Nation set us up with an audio software. We can get you in there. You can stay anonymous if you want to. I can put a voice changer on you if you don't don't want to be heard on the show, but you want to get on here and debate something or just want to scream at us, we like to scream too. Makes for a very interesting show, but we'll do it.
Ah!
We'll do it.
That was me screaming.
You can do all that at Beyond the Quest or send an email at info at Beyond the Quest if you hate the word info, if you're emotionally scarred by infomercials, you can also email btq at slimchitsgaming.com. Daggum, you daggum mother truckers.
We love you all, though.
If you want to come on Twitch and post a bunch of spam in my chat, then you're gonna get banned.
And don't tell him you won't do it. Napkins, you need your own Lifetime show, not a movie. I'm still waiting on the book.
You know, I should write a book.
I
You
thought that
should.
was what you were going to do with the blog, to be honest.
I'm back and forth, you know.
That's what you should take over the blog and make it Napkins Corner. And then you can
I
keep
think
up with it every week for the blog. And then when we have the show, you can be like, this week on Napkins blog, and you can have
I
your
think
moment.
hey, you know what? That's funny you say that because if you go to beyondthequest.com right now and you look at the latest blog entry, that's actually what I named it was Napkins Corner.
Great
See?
minds think alike, and so do ours.
I made a logo for it and everything.
Well, you're going to have to stay on top of it then.
I never said that. Why are you trying to put more on my plate? Did we not already establish how busy my life has
Did you
been
not
lately?
just say it was your corner?
Listen, no,
Is
the
the
website's
website
not
down right
down.
now? No, it shouldn't be.
Beyondthequest.com.
It should not be down. If it's down, it's Chad's fault. No, it's not down.
No, I'm on it right now.
I am too. I'm looking right at it.
Welcome to the show.
Oh,
What
what
it
a
says.
cute logo you made.
Isn't it though?
It is. I don't see no blog entries though. I'm just saying.
There's blog entries right there. You just got to click on them to open them, you lazy.
It says show canceled. You just
It-
call me lazy.
it scrolls. If you want to see them all, click on the word blog at the top. I didn't think I
did.
had to explain that.
That's what I
Don't
did.
you know how websites work?
I click on blog.
Okay, now scroll down a little bit. You see where it says Napkins Corner? If you click on that, it'll pull up that one article. And if you keep scrolling down, then you'll see show canceled. If you click on that, it'll be that article, which isn't really an article. It's just an update that says the show was canceled for that day,
You confuse
which I
me.
can delete that. In all honesty, I'm probably going to delete some of these right now.
If the
Or not.
website is not working for anybody, do let us know though.
Yeah,
But it
that's
should be going.
that's an important information for Chad to know whenever he decides to not be a piece of crap and actually fix something.
Golly.
Love you, Chad.
There's a lot of hate towards Chad this morning. Listen, I'm gonna throw you under the bus, Chad. Napkins was in such a good mood, and he was all laughy, and we should record these pre-shows, and then Chad happened, and immediately he turned into the angry bear. It is working, the wifey says. Let him have it, Napkins Vest said. Anyway, any other things y'all want to discuss, talk about?
Not really.
Napkins?
Chad, get better at your job.
God.
There was one thing I wanted to just say. It's like food for thought, something for you to think about. Especially because I started with the vet agrees with you. Because I played the dream that my boy had and stuff. It was kind of we at church yesterday. It was kind of mentioned, and it was something that I'd brought up to our pastor. You know, he was talking about when Peter steps out on the water, and I was I told him, I said, you know what blows my mind? I said, you know, when you read that story in the Bible, and he steps out on the water and he starts to sink, and Jesus saves him. He says, "Why did you doubt, or oh, ye of little faith?" And I at first when I read it, I was like, "Little faith." Like he walked on water. That was huge faith. So I kind of looked into it, and a different definition for little is short duration. And he had all kinds of faith. It just didn't last long because he let everything else kind of distract him and catch his eye. And the Bible says, you know, faith of his mustard seed, you can move a mountain. And I told my pastor, but what if he decides to move that mountain one rock at a time? How strong is your faith? And I thought that'd be a good little food for thought for people to have, think about.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know, that's going to make me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've talked about this before. But actually, I know we've talked about this before, but I can't remember if it was on this show or on the After Dark. So I'm going to bring it up again. Um, do you believe that if you ask God for something enough, even if it's not necessarily His will, He'll eventually let it happen? Almost like the "you got what you wished for" type deal.
Um, yeah, I think in a way, if constantly, if you're begging for something and begging for something, and it's either not his will or not time for it, or however you want to look at it, I think he will give it to you. And then I think a lot of the times when those things happen, they don't work out, they don't go as planned, it turns into messes and disasters and stuff. And then we want to be like, why? And then, kind of like you said, the answer is always more of what you wanted. And I think it's more of a lesson that he gives us of that we should more or less just trust him and go with what he gives us.
And I really only kind of mention that because I feel like it kind of goes with your food for thought. Maybe that's Napkin's Corner version of the food for thought.
Yeah, especially if he's already tried to tell you no multiple times and you keep asking anyway, and he's like, all right, I'm going to teach you a lesson.
It's actually, he's actually mentioned that before whenever he talked about a woman at work that he kept asking for and asking for, and then it went downhill and was not what he thought. So then he said he started praying for God to just take it and remove it, because he said he mentioned something just like that of, you know, he thinks that you keep praying, wanting something and wanting something and wanting something, God will give it to you, but it ain't gonna be what you're thinking and how you're expecting it, because either it's not time, or it's not his will. Guys, Schizo knows some things.
I know, that's hard to believe, isn't it?
It honestly pains my soul to admit it that you're right. Sometimes it's not often.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while.
You're right. You're right.
But yeah, that was my last thing. Food for thought. Think about it. Anything else, fellas, before we wrap it up?
Don't think so.
I just want to mention the idea we've tossed around about if we do start a Patreon, we considered some ideas for the bonus content they would have access to. And we've talked about some of that being our pre-show conversations, and we've tossed around the idea of it being maybe like an hour-long episode of me attempting to explain lore from different franchises of games and stuff to everybody. So if you're interested in that, let us know with our contact methods, and we'll work on getting that to happen.
Right. The wife says, I feel like the way we want things to happen is the easy way. If everything was easy, what a boring life we would have. If everything always was easy too, then why would anybody cry out to God?
True.
Anyway, I want to say a huge shout out for this episode sponsor of GoDaddy.com, because Napkins has done an awesome job.
Favorite theme bakery. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. And then, of course, a huge shout out to Angry Vet Nation for the sponsorship of the podcast and stuff, because you can't find a better group of people, hands down. Check them out, angryvetnation.org. Make sure you sign up for that alert to get notified when applications do open back up. You want to get on the list early if you're a first responder or veteran. So till next time, love y'all. Jesus loves you more. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.